All right, welcome guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope you have had a fabulous day. Welcome guys, welcome. Hello. Hi Jessica. I would love to hear in the comments where you guys are coming from. That's my favorite thing about Periscope. Although, you cool cat, I do quite like the hearts as well. So I'll take those if you don't throw in where you're coming from. Philadelphia, welcome, welcome. Oh, it is great to see you guys in here. Welcome, my name is Nathalie. I am a holistic nutritionist and I help women who are truly ready to go for the body's health and energy levels that they want so that they can start thriving. I came from complete exhaustion, not able to pull myself off of the couch and drinking espressos all the time, even if it was just to clean up. And then I got myself naturally energized enough to run a marathon and do a couple of really cool Tough Mudders as well. So now I help women do the same so that they can feel absolutely amazing in their lives and have a heck of a lot more fun. And tonight I am going to cover something very cool for you. Thank you so much for the hearts. Keep those coming. They are beautiful and so encouraging as the speaker. On how to set up MyFitnessPal for weight loss and energy levels and getting yourself feeling absolutely fabulous. So we are going to jump right in. I would love to see some hearts on the screen if you have used MyFitnessPal and haven't had a very easy time of losing weight, even though they tell you that if you just hit a certain number of calories every day that you're gonna lose a whole bunch of weight. Thanks so much for the hearts. All right, so I'm going to turn this around and start showing you guys on MyFitnessPal a couple of really cool settings that you can change for yourself to help your weight loss efforts. Just started using it again. Amazing. It builds such fabulous accountability for yourself so that you can eat the foods that are really helping you and stay on top of it if perhaps you're starting to slide off your fabulous habits. If you have people in your community who would love this or find a lot of value from it and start to change around their health too, I'd love if you took a second right now, clicked my little guy and clicked share out so that they could be part of the MyFitnessPal party for fabulous weight loss. So we are going to jump right in for you guys. I'm going to turn you around. All right. I hope I didn't make you seasick with my with my turning the camera in really fast swipe. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this to kind of focus in. There we go. Awesome. So one of the things that you can do when you're on your computer version, you probably can also do it on mobile, but I'm sure it's like a little bit less responsive, or maybe you can't find all the settings. I know that happens sometimes. So what you can do is if you hit settings up here on your computer and then you jump into the food and exercise diary settings, then you will be able to choose some of the key nutrients that you are tracking. So these are the ones that will show up in your quick view. And I think this is so important. I'm going to switch you guys back around for a second. I think this is so important because there are a lot of women that I see when I coach them and when I'm creeping their diet diary and making recommendations and that kind of stuff who are really so focused on calories, and that's the only thing that they're paying attention to, and really hard on themselves if they go over their calories and all of that kind of crazy stuff. And so this is something where you could start to make these changes and feel a heck of a lot better very quickly and have some other numbers to go off of instead of just looking strictly at calories, which doesn't necessarily tell you how fabulously you're doing or how quickly you're going to lose weight. So I'm going to turn you guys back around, make sure we focus in, and then the first thing that I would recommend that you start tracking is your fiber levels. So this is something that can be so helpful, and the number that you'd want to get up to without fiber supplements is between 25, hey Tim, welcome, and 35 grams of fiber every day. Now I'm going to turn back around so that I can explain this for a second and say hi in person. Now, the reason that you would want to hit 25 to 35 grams is because fiber is such a weight loss powerhouse nutrient, and it is so helpful for you, especially when you're trying to lose weight. Not only that, but eating that much fiber can actually help to prevent colon cancer. So that's something that's really important to keep in mind as well. That's why this is not only just for weight loss, but for fabulous health as well, how to set up MyFitnessPal to really help you out. So fiber is such a key nutrient. It is absolutely one of the first ones that I'd be looking at, and it gives you a different number besides just calories that you can start to focus on and change things around for yourself to notice some really big differences pretty quickly. Now, the next one that I would want you guys to start tracking is polyunsaturated fat. So I've already pre-clicked these, so it is already written there, and it does look like that has been kind of cleared and zoomed in on from the phone. Sometimes it's a little glitchy, but tonight it's looking fab. So I would want to see you guys tracking your polyunsaturated fat. And I'm going to turn myself around again so that you guys can get the whole story here. But you want between 12 and 18 grams of polyunsaturated fat. And the next piece is the absolute key behind why I think calorie counting, while so many people love to do it, is really not helpful, hardly at all. Because you do not want polyunsaturated fats from really crappy sources. But the sources that you would want to see them coming in from, the sources that would help to speed up your metabolism, would be flax oil, flax seeds, and chia seeds especially, are three fabulous sources of essential polyunsaturated fats that really help to boost and speed up your metabolism. So that is something that is so important to keep in mind. And you'd want to hit between 12 and 18 grams of those. Now, if you are getting polyunsaturated fats from, let's say, deep fried French fries or fryer oil or fried hamburgers at the store with some kind of canola oil frying or something like that, those fats are truly not going to help you lose weight. And so that is why I think calorie counting can be so misleading and frustrating for a lot of people, because just because you hit a certain number doesn't necessarily mean that you are any better off or getting closer to your weight loss goals or anything else like that. So it's really more about the foods that you're eating than the specific amount of calories or nutrients that those foods contain. Now, the next one, and I would adore if you guys took a second now and shared this out if you're loving this, and if you have people who really struggle in your environment and who follow you to lose weight. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. The next one that I would love to see you guys tracking and paying attention to, especially as women, is iron and your iron levels. Now I'm going to flip myself back around, and this is so important for you, because your iron levels, if they are low, you are going to feel exhausted and tanked out and fatigued all the time, pretty moody, and having a generally hard time. And part of your weight loss regime at some point is probably going to be working out, whether it's to lose weight and you're trying to really pump it out at the gym, or if you're just looking to tone up once you have lost weight. And if you are low in iron, if you fall towards anemia or any of those kinds of things, then that can be really hard on your system, and you will not be able to keep up the energy required to actually work out consistently. So it's really going to tank you down. You're not going to be motivated. You're not going to have the energy to go do cool things, or even to go for the workouts that are going to help you hit part of your body goals. And for iron, you want to hit between 18 and 25 milligrams of iron per day, which can be done through chickpeas and lentils. Steamed spinach is a fabulous source. If you squeeze on fresh lemon juice onto any of those things, it makes the iron more absorbable, which can be very helpful. And then otherwise, red meat is very iron rich, even though you need less of it to absorb some of the great iron in there. So plant foods tend to be higher in iron levels, just as milligram kind of notings when you're eating the right ones that are iron rich. But meat tends to be better absorbed in terms of the iron there. So that is something to really keep in mind and keep an eye out for when you are tracking. Now, the next nutrient that I really wanted to touch on, I'm going to give you guys a second, we are all focused in, is protein. and making sure you're getting enough protein in. Now, for most women, that falls around 50, 55, 60 grams of protein on the daily, but there are some people, if you're working out like crazy, that could use a little more. And protein is so helpful, and the reason that I threw this in is because when I'm tracking other women's diets and I'm making recommendations to them, I often find that they're not eating any protein until dinner time. So they'll go through breakfast with some kind of a fruit smoothie because they're really trying to restrict and lose weight that way, in the way that they have been told or have heard or have known, and then have a salad for lunch and really not get any protein in until dinner time. And that can be really harmful for your blood sugar levels, for your hormonal setup, for so much about you. And so it's really, really important that you start tracking it and make sure that you're getting in small amounts or moderate amounts with every meal, especially starting with breakfast. So that doesn't have to be done with, the traditional kind of bacon or eggs or even the egg type of things. It can be done with protein powder in a smoothie. It can be done with some kind of a quick bar that you've made with quinoa puffs. It can be done with one of my favorite breakfasts is like a Mexican beans and rice type of thing with a couple of avocado slices. So it really doesn't have to be the traditional things, but it is important that you start getting it in. And the last nutrient that I highly recommend that you guys start charting and paying attention to is potassium. And I think that is so important. And for adult women, you want to hit around 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day. And for nursing women, you want to hit around 5,100 per day. So that is something that's so important that you guys hit. And I'm going to turn you guys back around and throw you back on my tripod so we can have a cool chat this way. And if you have questions, make sure that you throw them into the comments. I'm like a little high up, but oh, there we go. There we go. A little more center now. So potassium is one of the things that can be, thanks for the hearts, guys, is one of the things that I love charting and I love seeing in people, because if you're getting enough potassium in, then chances are you're actually eating fruits and vegetables, which should be at the base of your diet if you're looking to lose weight effectively. Unfortunately, there's no special pill for eating your fruits and vegetables. So they're so important to be getting in. And just as a visual, a lot of your plate at almost every meal should be loaded up with some fruits and veggies, or just veggies would be amazing as well. So that's something kind of like a bonus tip to keep in mind and see if you're doing consistently enough to get the results that you are looking to achieve. Now, I think that is all for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. If you would like even more health help, I'm Nathalie. I'm a holistic nutritionist, and if you jump over to glownctabook, you can book a complimentary appointment with me where we can talk about your health, what you're going through, how you most want to feel, what you want to do with that amazing health, and then we can talk about how working together may be a fabulous option. A lot of my coaching programs work through diet coaching, so I'll creep your MyFitnessPal account and then make recipe suggestions for you based on what I see you eating. I will point you in the right direction, celebrate when you're doing fabulously. We will talk about motivation and keeping moving forward even if it gets a little hard. I'm just going to show you the page so that you know what it looks like and what to expect if you want to head over and find that appointment. So again, it's glownctabook. And when you go there, you will be brought here where you can book in your complimentary first appointment with me. You can choose the time that works best for you in your time zone. And then you'll just answer a few quick questions and click submit, and you'll be all booked in. We will have a fabulous chat, and we will be able to help get you feeling as radiant and amazing as you want. And I think that's so important. I'm gonna hook you guys back in here. I think that is so important because as soon as I started to change my health, I started to do the really cool things in my heart that I had always wanted to do. And that was like the coolest friggin' gift of doing a marathon and then doing these wild Tough Mudder races. And they were some of the biggest highlights of my adult life. And I could never have done them if I hadn't boosted my energy levels naturally and gotten to a body that I felt confident in. So yeah, so I would love if you jumped over. It's glownctabook. That is a fab way to get in touch with me. Thank you so much for being here, for hanging out. I hope you learned so much, and more than anything, I hope that you start putting it into practice in your day so that you can really start noticing some fabulous results. Thanks for all of the hearts. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being brave enough and courageous enough and amazing enough to actually start trying and paying attention to things so that you can finally be in the body and the health and the energy levels and the amazingness and the brightness of your feeling in fabulous health. So that's all for me. Take care. Find me at glownc.ca and book in at glownc.ca/book. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.